Uh, Hello. In this video, a little bit different from my other ones. Um, I figured I'd talk about, and at least this is just my opinion. I know people are going to disagree with me, and that's okay. In this video, I'm going to talk about what I consider to be the tiny home scam that's prevalent on the internet nowadays. When it first started out, it was a great idea, yeah, for people who were low income, uh, middle class, lower middle class, or people who just wanted to cut a lot of materialism out of their lives. They, want to do downgrade and, find a smaller living space to, you know, enjoy out the remaining years of their lives, and or just even when they're younger, they wanted some place that's a little bit more affordable, that they could enjoy. But and in the beginning, it was quite affordable. It's something for $10,000-$20,000. They'd have a nice, comfortable place. Bedroom, living room, kitchen, some storage, a bathroom, that they could either transport from place to place, or they would have something permanent that they could sit down and have a nice life with. But over time, the prices for these things have just gotten ridiculously over expensive. Nowadays, to even just get a tiny home, you're going to end up paying over $100,000 just for basically a trailer on wheels, or like a single double wide trailer, or just find a long 16, 20-foot trailer and build a house on top of that. Basically just a trailer on wheels is, you can move around from place to place instead of something permanent. You can sit down and enjoy your life. And even if you look at all the videos that are out there on YouTube promoting the whole tiny home thing, if you pay attention, and you look at the prices for them, they're all starting out at about over $100,000, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. It's like you can't even afford one nowadays, and I think it's quite sad. For people who are low income, like myself, they're impossible to have nowadays to afford. And like, for example, there was one I watched today. It was called Cozy Home Living. They had one that they posted about a week ago. It's a video, and it was just all it was just a video place of it had a kitchen, living room combo, a bathroom, and a bedroom, small bedroom. And they wanted $67,000 just for that. And they even said in the video that it's going to cost even more for lot fees, for the land, for all the hookups, for the water, electricity. So you're looking at spending an extra 20 grand just for putting the place down. So, and it's just absolutely deplorable how this whole situation has become, and I'm not sure really how it can be fixed. Now, I know in many states, even like here in West Virginia, there are rules on owning like tiny homes, and you have not just lot fees, but you also have zoning laws. You have any other types of maintenance, electrical, plumbing, trash, all kinds of just utilities. Those things cost money, and the way inflation is nowadays, it's just becoming absolutely ridiculous. In my opinion, it's just criminal, and taking something that started out as a really good, beneficial idea to benefit, lots of people, myself included. I would have definitely enjoyed a nice small home like that, but nowadays you can't even afford that, and it's utterly ridiculous. And all these people, out there who are buying these homes, they have massive amounts of money, to be able to throw down like 150 grand for a house. And even those who, buying the single or double wide trailers, those things are getting ridiculously expensive nowadays. And even the ones that you can find that are actually relatively cheap, they come with a, kind of built-in scam where, they'll sell it to you for between 5 to 10 grand for the house, but then you got to end up paying, 1,500 to 2 grand a month just to stay there for lot fees and trash and water, and so you're still paying, a ridiculous price every year to stay there, and so it's like you can't really afford to live anywhere nowadays. And when you do it for people who who do live paycheck to paycheck, like myself, you can't really afford to live anywhere, and so you have to end up finding people that friends, coworkers, or just somebody with the good heart that's willing to give you a place to stay for cheap, and even those are kind of nowadays rare. So I'm not really sure how to fix it. I'm just making this video just to kind of rant, and maybe there's people out there who can offer solutions, who can come up with ideas to fix the situation, to change the laws, to make it easier for people to afford such houses, and enjoy actually a nice, beneficial life. For me personally, I don't really need anything ridiculously large. Like if people watching behind the videos here, you can see the different houses in the neighborhood where I'm at. Yeah, I personally don't need anything that's that big. Like kitchen, bathroom, living room, bedroom, washer and dryer, just as basic amenities, for a few $100 a month. Yeah, I'm fine with that. But unfortunately, nowadays you really can't even get that, for a decent price. And even where I live, the basic cost of living is just, starting out at about $1,200 a month for just a crappy apartment. So hopefully, somebody can figure out. I'm sure there's people out there way smarter than me. So I hope somebody can figure out how to, fix this situation to make it more, affordable for a lot of us out there. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Or if you have a solution, I hope you're able to get it, and make it work. So a lot of people would be able to benefit from it. So that's all for now.